Hello, and welcome back to the Discovering the Maverick Factor podcast. I'm your host, Melanie Skiles, and I'd like to introduce our two guests, Harshdeep Singh, who currently serves as Mr. UTA, and Faith Chips, who is one of our amazing students behind our new UTA fight song. Thank you both for joining us today. To start us off, could you each introduce yourself and share a little bit about yourself and your involvement at UTA?
Yeah, thank you for having us, Melanie. My name is Harshdeep Singh. I currently serve as Mr. UTA. I'm a junior in civil engineering, and I'm a part of the UTA Ambassadors, the Sigma Chi Fraternity, the Interfraternity Council, and the American Society of Civil Engineers.
I'm Faith Chips, and I'm currently a junior. I'm majoring in music business and graduate fall 2026, and my main instrument is piano.
Awesome. Well, we're so excited to have you both here today. So as we know, the fall 2026 semester is approaching, and that means so is Maverick Stampede. Maverick Stampede is a great way for students to get involved and meet new people on campus. Harshdeep, as Mr. UTA, what does your involvement look like during Maverick Stampede?
Yeah, so as a part of Maverick Stampede, it's really like the first event where people are welcome on campus. And as my role as Mr. UTA, I'm welcoming students and hyping them up and making sure everyone's happy to be here. And so I'll be speaking at a lot of events like Mavs Meet Kickoff alongside my other student leaders, such as Miss UTA, Student Body President, and Vice President.
For some students, Mav Meet Kickoff, like you mentioned, is their first real taste of college life and campus tradition. Whether you're in the crowd or maybe on stage performing, there's something powerful about being surrounded by so much Maverick spirit. What's that experience like for each of you?
I feel like I've gotten full experience of being here my freshman year. I was in the crowd and it was amazing. Then the next year, my sophomore year, I was a UTA ambassador, so I was kind of helping alongside everyone. And now I get the chance to be Mr. UTA and speaking on stage, so I'm really excited.
What about you, Kate?
I just love attending the events, and especially the music events. We have such a great music community here at UTA, and I'm so close with so many people. And so attending concerts is one of my favorite things to do.
And Faith, one of the big highlights this year is the new UTA fight song in honor of our 130th anniversary, which you helped write. How did you get involved in this project, and can you kind of walk us through the process of how it went?
I was in my songwriting class with Dr. Townsley, and he announced to us that we were going to be rewriting the UTA fight song, and we were so excited, and we had the team come in and take some videos of us freaking out and just going crazy because we couldn't believe that we got to write the fight song. And so we started off by just listening to some other fight songs, listening to our old UTA fight song, and really getting some inspiration on what to write for our new fight song.
Awesome. And I'd love to hear also more about the creative experience. When you listened to the original fight song, what did you notice? Was there anything that inspired you to recreate the new one?
We loved the power in it, and we were really just trying to capture that same essence of power and UTA strong.
Yeah, and is that kind of the emotion that you wanted, people to feel while hearing the song as well?
Yes, for sure. And also engaging with the UTA community and just reiterating how strong our UTA community is.
Well, I'm very excited to hear it. I haven't yet heard it, so it's going to be awesome. Mm-hmm. Harshdeep, when you hear the fight song played at events, how does it feel to be a part of that school spirit?
Like Faith was saying earlier, there's a lot of power behind the song. I hear it, and before you hear the song, it kind of like slows down. Crowd's kind of antsy of what's going on, and then you hear it blaring, and it's an amazing feeling. Yeah.
And so, what do you feel is the most important part about being involved, and as you are being Mr. UTA?
I think the most important part is being there for the students. I wouldn't be here without them, and I think it's important on my role that I reflect that and I help them in any ways I can.
And can I ask also, what made you want to run for Mr. UTA?
So actually, my brother and sister both attended UTA about 10 years ago, and they were both Mr. and Miss UTA. So I wanted to be Mr. UTA as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, this one is for the both of you. How have student organizations, events, performances, how has that impacted your experience here at UTA?
Coming into UTA, I was a little bit more introverted, I think as most people are, and getting involved really changed that for me. I got to meet a lot of new people, some of who are my best friends today, and it was really just kind of changed my experience. Yeah.
I agree 100%. I was kind of nervous coming into UTA. I graduated high school early, so I was a little bit younger than my fellow classmates, but everybody was so welcoming at the events and performances and really just diving into that community like I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts too. I'm actually an alumni here as well, so getting involved on campus definitely made my experience a lot better and helped me meet all my friends that I still am really close with now, so it was really awesome. Now, looking back at your time at UTA, is there a particular event or memory that really stands out to you as meaningful or just a good time?
I think it's, for me, it's the homecoming basketball game. Every year I love watching that game and just all the hype around homecoming. It's definitely my favorite event of the year.
For me, in the same songwriting class that we got to write the UTA fight song in, I got to write my own song and produce it. And so I released it on all streaming platforms and just have had so much support from all my, UTA community in writing it.
That's awesome. Congratulations. It's really cool. So as we kick off another school year, what are you both most excited about?
I'm definitely most excited about all the events that we have planned as the UTA ambassadors. I think you guys are going to really enjoy it this year.
That's exciting.
I'm just excited for my classes and friends, and all my professors are so amazing. And
do you guys feel like you miss campus life during the summer when you're,
I miss it a lot. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So before we wrap this segment up, do you have any advice or words of encouragement for our new incoming Mavericks?
Definitely, I would say branch out, try to experience new things. There's really something for everyone here at UTA.
Mm-hmm. Go to the events and participate, meet as many people as you can, because this time is short that you're at UTA, so make every moment count.
Yep.
Those are great advice. So now we've reached the end of our interviews, which means that it's time for our Maverick Minute. So I'm going to ask you guys a series of rapid fire questions, and then you can just answer one after another. Okay? Are you ready?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Blue or orange?
Blue.
Blue.
Waffle-Waffles or oozeball?
Waffle-Waffles.
Waffle-Waffle.
Late night library study sessions or morning coffee shop grind?
Late night library study session.
I think the morning coffee grinds.
Online lectures or in-person classes?
In-person class.
In person.
Yeah.
Workout at the Mac or hang out in Brazos Park?
Workout at the Mac.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So off campus, Cane Rosso or Grease Monkey?
Grease Monkey.
Cane Rosso.
And then on campus, Starbucks or Inclusion Coffee?
Inclusion Coffee.
Starbucks.
And then visit the planetarium or the art gallery?
Planetarium.
Art gallery.
Grab lunch in the Commons or the UC?
UC.
Commons.
Attend Maverick Speaker Series or the Homecoming Bash?
Homecoming Bash.
Speaker series.
Oh, okay. You guys started off with the similar answers and then you kind of got different ones. Well, thank you so much for joining us in our Maverick Minute and also for sharing your stories on this episode of Discovering the Maverick Factor.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Discovering the Maverick Factor. I'm your host, Melanie Skiles, and today we have two amazing student leaders joining us who bring creativity, leadership, and Maverick pride to campus. Kameryn McGlothlin was part of the creative team behind UTA's new fight song, and Ashley Place serves as Panhellenic president while also being deeply involved in fraternity and sorority life. So thank you guys both so much for being here today. And if you want to go ahead and each start by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit more about your involvement here at UTA.
Sure. My name's Kameryn McGlothlin. A lot of people around campus call me Rin, so if you've heard that name, that's me. I'm a music industry studies major, and a lot of group projects and stuff I try to lead the best I can, but still in a way of making sure that everybody's making progress on their own and everybody's still learning. Helping out people around campus that maybe have gotten into music like later, since I've been doing music since I was really young. Trying my best to just help everybody have the best experience they can here, no matter if they started on music when they were, 5 years old or if they started on music 5 years ago. So I'm just doing what I can around campus.
Awesome. What about you, Ashley?
Again, my name is Ashley Place. I'm a senior marketing major. I'm graduating in December. I'm very excited. I currently serve as the College Panhellenic president. I've had a lot of leadership roles in the past. I was the director of public relations and marketing for my own chapter, which is Tri Delta, for 2 years. I was also the director of administration, and I also served as the director of marketing for the College Panhellenic Council, and now I work in marketing and social media for the Fraternity and Sorority Life office.
Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing that. I know you guys are both pretty involved on campus and at UTA. So Kameryn, you in particular, being a part of the team that rewrote the UTA fight song is such an incredible and unique experience. What was the process like for you?
It was really crazy because I've written songs before, but doing something that, is going to last, 100 years maybe was so different. And fight songs are just generally so different, like something that's kind of supposed to be so like marketable. And the process was also just so crazy because there were 30 of us in that room, like working on this song. So bouncing ideas off of each other and finding ways to be like, okay, I like that, but we need to word it differently. Or, okay, that doesn't really work with what we're trying to do here. So how can we fit it in? But trying to find a way to fit 30 different people's creative flow into something that none of us had ever done before. Like even those of us that had songwriting like experience had definitely never done something like a fight song, which just kind of has so many expectations
Of
behind
course,
it.
yeah.
So nerve-wracking, but really, really fun.
Fun and worth it. I'm excited to hear it too. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So Ashley, you've taken on multiple leadership positions in the College Panhellenic Council, including serving as the Panhellenic president. What inspired you to join Tri Delta and also the Panhellenic community?
I would say for me, I'm an only child and I moved here from West Texas, like Texas Panhandle. So I came down here like knowing not a single person. And the irony in me joining like Panhellenic and Tri Delta was I was so against Greek life. Like I was like, no, Greek life is not for me. I'm never gonna join a sorority. And then I ended up going through the formal recruitment process. I met some of the girls prior at like our events like Greek barbecue, Waffleopolis, things like that. And they finally convinced me to sign up. I went through, and as soon as I walked into like Tri Delta's room and like their house, like I knew I was like, these girls are like gonna be my best friends. Like this is where I want to be. And like we do more than just what people think we do. Like we serve the local community at local Mission Arlington, and then we also serve a national organization. Our philanthropy is St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So giving back to such great communities is honestly really what got me into it. And being able to have those leadership positions look so good on resumes. And especially since I am a marketing major and doing all the marketing things, it has looked really good on resumes and helped me get my internships that I have today.
Yes, definitely. I was also a Tri Delta at UTA, so I can definitely attest to that. It was a great experience, and I still keep in contact with a lot of the people today. So
It's definitely lifelong.
yes, for sure. Now, Kameryn, for the Fight Song project, how did the whole class, I know you said there was 30 people, how did all of you guys collaborate together? Did you start with the melody first or the lyrics, and how did every person work on it?
So Townsley kind of gave us ideas of what some other fight songs have. I mean, he has such a repertoire of fight songs he just has memorized. So he like kind of gave us some ideas of what some of them sounded like. And then I think he played us the original UTA fight song, and we started talking about, we had like melody ideas. We weren't 100% sure on what we were going to do at the start, but he gave us ideas to kind of know what we're working around for like the prosody of like what words we're saying, how much time we have, how many syllables a line. And it was a lot of like bouncing around the room. And once we found something we liked, we were like, okay. And he'd write it down on the board. And then we were like, okay, we need to find something that rhymes with it or at least sounds good. And we'd talk about that because it was a songwriting class. So we'd also talk about like, okay, how do we rhyme with this? And then we'd bounce around the room and find a rhyme for it. And then maybe through that, we find we liked that more than the first lyric. And then we're back to the start of that process. But I mean, it was just a constant, like all of us chatting amongst each other and bouncing ideas. And I've never had an opportunity to bounce any kind of idea like that off of so many people at once. And the best thing I think was everybody was really kind about it. There wasn't like oh, your idea is awful. It was just like, if the idea wasn't perfect, it was like, okay, we can see if we can find somewhere that fits later, or what if we reworded it? And it was just such a welcoming environment as well that I think for people who had written songs before and people who had maybe never even tried to, I think it was still a welcoming environment where it was okay to take that risk and it was okay to speak up, which I think is really important for people trying these new things in music.
For sure. And what was your reaction whenever you first learned that you guys were going to be working on creating the new Fight song?
Oh, I mean, absolutely crazy. I couldn't have imagined that class. Like I was nervous but excited for it in the first place. But hearing that we were going to get to do something that would leave an impact on the campus, you know, a lot of quotes that I like think of a lot and look back on. One that stands out to me is "Leave the world better than you found it," which is, I believe, Ashley Johnson. And it's just finding something where we can do something that it's not just a semester long, that it's going to have an impact, that people in the future might actually, you know, hear that song and maybe feel inspired or maybe get more excited to go to UTA or excited to be involved in the community here. that's something that we get to give. That's a gift we get to give to future students.
Definitely, yeah. Now it's going to be a part of UTA history, so
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Very exciting.
So Ashley, the pillars for the fraternity and sorority life at UTA are lifelong friendship, philanthropy and community service, leadership and career development, and academic support. How have you seen these pillars come to life in Tri Delta and also in the Panhellenic Council as well?
Oh, 100%. I can say, like, personally, like, I've hit all of those, and, like, the community is just, like, so great, especially when it comes to, I feel like, career building. Like, we go to a school that is very big on, like, future careers. Like, there's, like, the Maverick Advantage, there's all different kinds of things to help you, and my boss that I got in my internship was also in Greek life at UTA, so that's how I got the job. But there's so many, like, networking opportunities that happen within, like, Greek life. I've met so many different people that work for so many, like, big companies in this area that are like, "If you need a job, like, I got you." Like, especially with so many of us, like, all my friends are seniors. All of us are getting ready to graduate. We're going into our last recruitment. Like, that's big for us. That's, like, what we're focusing on. But we're also helping, like, the new freshmen come in. They have no idea what it's like to be in college. Like, their grades, like, we're supporting them. Like, there's academic chairs in each chapter, and overall we have like a vice president of engagement. Like, she's in charge of like making sure that the chapters are like up with their GPAs and like going to class, and we're trying to make sure that they are successful within Greek life. And also with like the philanthropy, like each of us have our own like national and local, like we give back to both of them, and the community service. And I mean, Greek life's also growing here and it's amazing.
Definitely. How does it feel to kind of help the new Mavericks navigate through university life and being in Greek life in general?
I feel like it's honestly like amazing because I came in it like winging it. Neither one of my parents went to college. I'm a first gen like Greek life student, like all of the things. So having people like whenever I was a freshman lead me and tell me how to do things was nice. And now I get to be that person for them. And like people are always watching you, especially when you're in like these leadership type of roles. There are people that want to be like you, and so leading by example is huge. So, and it just like watching everybody grow up and like pursue their dreams and like change their major and do like all the things that come with college is like so fun.
Yeah, I bet as a senior now, it's kind of like a full circle moment when you see everyone coming through.
It really is. And especially like this year, like meeting all the new faces. And then I'm like, oh, wow, I'm getting really old. Like, you're 18, like, I'm almost 22. Like, what do we have in common? But it's great, like, talking to everybody.
Definitely.
So.
Now, Kameryn, what were you hoping to communicate whenever you helped writing the lyrics for the fight song? How did you make sure it kind of fit into the melody of the song? And I know you mentioned you had some experience songwriting before, but how was this a different experience from what you've done previously?
So, one of the things I think all of us really wanted to do with it is inspire people. Like I know I was homeschooled all the way through high school, and like this was my first big experience in like a public kind of schooling environment. And it's scary. And even people I know that were in public school, college is scary. It's a big change. And it's kind of that first step into adulthood. So a lot of it is that inspiration and that will to fight, whether it's, going and playing a sport or if it's just getting through the day. And trying to make it something that everyone can relate to a little bit and make it, yeah, as inspiring as we possibly can and upbeat. I mean, the melodies, a lot of that was kind of Townsley again guiding us because none of us knew what a fight song really was. But as he guided us through it, we found like we would start humming it and we started making minor changes to it and stuff. And it started becoming more of the class's own thing. And we just we'd have an idea, but we'd have a better lyric. And so we changed the melody a little bit. And I remember one of the biggest things was we wanted to spell out the word Mavericks. And that was actually probably the most debated part of that was how we were going to spell it. Are we going to spell it with this tempo? Are we going to spell it like this? Do we want to spell the whole word, or do we want to just say go Mavs? And it was cool to have all of these different perspectives, but also, trying to fit it into kind of a very traditional type melody, which was not something any of us had done before. For my own experience, I tend to write more like indie kinds of music or kind of leaning pop alternative. So a little bit like what you hear on the radio, but a little different. So doing something that leans so much more into
like a genre I don't think anything else touches. It's just so wildly different from any kind of radio played music, movie music, anything like that. I felt like simultaneously I was like, oh, I can help because I've songwritten, and also I have no clue what I'm doing. But it was a really cool experience to go, okay, we have so much less space to say something, but we want to get a message across and we want to make a clear message. And it was a really cool like test of my abilities, and seeing what some of the people that had like said at the start of the class they'd never songwritten before, seeing some of the ideas they come up with was also really inspiring, because there are a lot of really talented songwriters in that class, and it's going to be exciting to see what all of us can do, and it's going to be exciting to say that, you know, maybe one of these days they'll write for a big artist and they can also say they wrote part of the UTA fight song. That'll be really cool.
Definitely, yeah. Do you think that this experience also has kind of inspired you to branch out from what you typically do? Would you ever want to be involved in something like this again?
Oh, for sure. Some writing with so many other people. I love being creative with a group of creatives. So that's one of the things I've loved about college most, honestly. Being a music major, you are constantly collaborating with other people on small scales and on big scales like that. And doing something, I mean, it's definitely anxiety inducing to do something that you're like, oh, a lot of people are going to hear this. And Townsley said possibly for 100 years. So that's a little nerve wracking. But it was really cool to go, okay, it's fine. It's fine. If I have a bad idea, I mean, there's no such thing as a bad idea, but if my idea is not perfect for this song, that's okay. We can figure out what is. It was really, I mean, that whole class was like a game changer for me, but writing that fight song really did inspire me to start thinking outside the box a lot more. And I feel like my own personal songwriting has evolved from it. And I feel like if I ever got asked to write another fight song, I definitely have the right foundation for it. And I have the right idea for what to do to like kind of try to make, I guess, like a hype song, something to really hype people up and get them ready to go do whatever they need to do.
Yes. And I think it will just do just that. So I'm very excited.
Now, Ashley, speaking of events that have hype, how do you typically participate in Maverick Stampede? And why do you think these events are so important for incoming Mavericks to attend?
Oh gosh. I feel like we always try and attend as many as we can, like as a council or even like as my chapter. Normally we go to Waffleopolis. That is like my favorite event to go to, free waffles. I think it's important because I've met so many of my friends at these events. Like you meet the student orgs, but you meet not just the organization, you meet the students that are a part of those organizations, not in like an activity fair setting, which is another big one that we go to. That's more of like a one-on-one setting. They're not trying to like sell you their organization at like Waffleopolis, for example. They just want to get to know you. And you get to meet more people, and especially with it being like the second, I think it's like the second week back, first week back, whenever it is, I keep forgetting. But it being like the first week, like people are moving in on campus, people don't know anybody. It's honestly just a great way to like go out and meet people. But I think it's huge for people to like be involved.
Definitely, and I'm sure you both can attest to being involved, really making your experience a good one here at UTA.
100%.
Yeah.
Now, Kameryn, do you have a favorite lyric or new addition to the fight song that stands out to you?
There's a lyric that is ring the bell as we blaze the trail. That one was really tricky. I vividly remember, like, I think we sat on that lyric for like 30 minutes trying to figure out what we really liked. And I think we had both of those lyrics actually in wildly different places because we were like, oh, these aren't exact rhymes. But then we were trying to figure out, like, we were like, we want to do blaze the trail for like trailblazers. And we wanted it somewhere that it just felt right, but we're like, okay, it needs something before it. Like, why are we blazing the trail? Like, what are we doing while we blaze the trail? Like, we still had to think of those kinds of things. But we finally got that lyric together, and I just think the way that it kind of flows and it gives more imagery than just directly saying it. And I just think, I like that the mascot is like a maverick anyways. I think it just represents a lot of strength. And the ability to kind of, you know, do a lot and be strong and strong-willed, I guess is the better word for that. And I don't know, I really think that the way that lyric ended up coming out really brought the song together for me, and that lyric was what made me really, really excited about the song all around.
So overall, what did you take from being a part of that experience? If you could describe it, how about in one sentence, what would you say?
Oh gosh. One sentence. collaborating with so many people is chaotic, it's hectic, but it is the best way to learn it's the best way to learn what works for you, and it's the best way to learn how to put something together.
Yeah, very well said.
So Ashley, UTA has so many exciting traditions. I know you mentioned Waffleopolis, chili cook-off, bed races, ooze ball. Which ones are you most excited for and why?
I think ooze ball.
As well, yeah.
I've never fully participated in ooze ball, but I've always been a spectator. And this year, I'm going to participate. It's my senior year. I need to do it. And I grew up playing volleyball. I don't know why I've never played ooze ball. Maybe it's the aspect of the mud that kind of freaked me out a little bit. But I've always watched like the fraternities and the other sororities participate in it. So I really want to do it this year.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Kameryn? Do you have a favorite event from Maverick Stampede?
Gosh, I don't know about all the Maverick Stampede ones too much. I am pretty excited. I want to, what is it called again? Bed Wars?
Oh, the bed races.
Bed
Yes,
races,
that's
right.
a good one.
Bed
Yeah.
races. I really want to see that. I want to at least go watch it. Part of me is like, I don't want to be involved in it, but I'm also very scared of things like that. But I've seen like all the pictures and like videos online from that, and it just reminds me of like, is that movie called Little Rascals?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that movie a lot. And I just like, it brings back good like childhood memories, and I'm like, I wanna be a part of that, or at least go watch people be a part of it, if nothing else.
For sure. Well, if you guys participate, I'll be cheering you on.
So both of you have been parts of organizations that really help shape the campus life here at UTA. What lessons have you learned from your involvement that you would like to share with new students?
Oh gosh. I feel like all around it's scary to try new things. And college is constantly trying new things. But don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Whatever major you're in, everybody else around you has similar goals. They might not be exactly the same, but being in music industry studies, that is a pretty broad category for music majors, but all of us have the same goal of doing something in music at some point. So you'll find people that understand your struggles better than you probably ever have before. So honestly, the biggest thing is find your community. The only reason I've been able to help so many other people is because so many other people have helped me too. It's passing along like the good spirit and things like that. Like be kind to others, they'll help you out, and try to always learn from every experience too. Don't just do your assignment to do your assignment. Don't just go do an event to do an event. Go do it and try to learn something from it. Try to find something in it that you can take with you and you can use in the future, even once you're like done with UTA, even once you've graduated. Find something that will be valuable forever, because there will always be something. There's a reason your teacher gave you that assignment, or there's a reason that this event exists.
So, what about you, taken away from your involvement at UTA?
I really like what she said about like community, like find your community. I feel like within Greek life, everybody is trying to find their own community, and there's so many organizations here that have like different values and different things, and finding one that aligns with your values is really big. And I just think this is huge, especially we are like a bigger commuter campus, and I think finding your people here will make like your time here more worth it. I don't honestly know what I would do if I didn't like join Greek life, because I mean I didn't join anything else unfortunately, and I regret it. So I think going into open mind, like if it's something that you don't like, you can't quit it. Like if nobody's going to tell you no, it's college. This is for learning inside the classroom and learning about yourself throughout the process.
Definitely, yeah, those are great pieces of advice. So before we wrap up, do you guys have maybe more so like a tip or a trick, whether it's like studying or making friends, like for college life in general?
Definitely don't be afraid to ask for help. That is one of the biggest things I have found. And when it comes to studying, don't try to just memorize things, because I know that's a common thing. Really try to understand, why are you learning this? How is this relevant to you? Because it always will be in some way, especially once you get to the point where you're taking those classes that are specialized for your major. But honestly, find other people to, bounce questions off of. Like if your test is coming up, ask them, like, I don't understand this. Community really makes the whole difference in college. like meeting people here and making friends turned my first year here around. So get out there, talk to your classmates, make some friends, and do not be afraid to go, hey, I don't understand this, or hey, can you help me with this assignment? Because I promise you'll learn so much just from getting a little bit of help.
I would just say cramming doesn't work. Cramming for an exam does not work. Learned the hard way. Yeah, don't cram for exams. And also, nothing's ever that serious. Like, if you're eating in the dining hall by yourself, nobody cares. Like, hate to be blunt, but like, genuinely, like, people are like, okay, like, she's eating. Good for her. Like, genuinely, nobody cares. So, like, just don't get into your head, like, about little things.
For sure. All right, so now we've reached the end of our interviews, which means that it's time for a Maverick Minute. So I'm going to ask you both a series of rapid fire questions about your experience at UTA, and then you can just answer one after another. All right, are you ready? Okay. Blue or orange?
Blue.
Waffleopolis or oozeball?
Probably Waffleopolis.
Yeah, Waffleopolis.
Late night library study session or morning coffee shop grind?
Late night library study session.
Morning coffee shop grind.
You're probably right.
Online lectures or in-person classes?
In-person classes.
Online.
Work out at the Mac or hang out in Brazos Park?
Hang out in Brazos Park.
Work out at the Mac.
All right, off campus, Cane Rosso or Grease Monkey?
Grease Monkey.
100% Grease Monkey.
And then on campus, Starbucks or Inclusion Coffee?
Inclusion Coffee.
Inclusion.
Visit the planetarium or the art gallery?
The art gallery.
Planetarium.
Grab lunch in the Commons or in the UC?
I'm gonna go with the UC.
UC, yeah.
Attend Maverick Speaker Series or the Homecoming Bash?
Maverick Speaker Series.
Homecoming bash.
Well, thank you both so much for sharing your stories on this episode of Discovering the Maverick Factor. You're both wonderful examples of what it means to be a Maverick and have a true Maverick spirit. And Mavericks, we will see you on campus for the fall 2025 semester.